Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be looking at a book called Astronomy. Here we'll be learning about planets and stars. So before we get into the main topic, let's first see who's the author of this book. The author of this book is Percy Seymour. So now let's get into the main part of the book. So, we should know that this book is actually full of planets, galaxies, and then a lot of quasars. It's full of planets and fun. So now, the first thing we're going to be looking at is the external and visible features of the sun. So the visible features doesn't mean you can actually see them with your eyes, but visible features is actually just like all the parts. Like for example, the earth. The earth has a crust which we are on. We have a mantle, a outer core and inner core. So 4 layers. But the sun is the same thing, but with a little more, and they also give it to you in a bit, more detailed. So first, we have a core, just like the earth. So from earth, we're starting from the top to the inside, so from the top layer to the inside layer. But for the sun, we're starting from the inner layer and then outer layer. Since there's no outer layer, we're only going to be looking in the middle layer. Okay. So the first one is core, second one is radiative zone, third one is connective zone, then photosphere, chromosphere, and corona. Okay, so now that is done. So the next one would be the stages of stellar evolution. So over here we're going to be looking at the life cycle of a star. So it all starts from a stellar nebula. So it's just a type of chemical. Okay. So from there it goes to an average star. A star doesn't only mean, the shimmering, glittering things in the nighttime in the sky. No, a star is actually the sun. Well, even our sun is a star. We just named it the sun. So it goes to an average star to a red giant. Like, example, UY Scuti, Betelgeuse. Yeah. Planetary nebula will be the next process. Then it will become a white dwarf, which this stage happens very, very rare. While the next stage is actually really common and happens to most of the stars like our sun. Stellar nebula, it starts from there again. It becomes a massive star, goes to a red supergiant, which you can also say as in UY Scuti, because that's the largest star has ever known in whatever we have researched. Next, we have a supernova. A supernova is when a star loses all its gas because it always pumps and down. So every single second it loses over 100 gallons of this gas. And then as soon as it reaches very low, the star bursts, which causes a big supernova. And from that supernova, it might turn to a neutron star, or it might turn into a black hole. And let me tell you a crazy fact about a black hole. So if you're in a supermassive black hole and you get sucked in, and when you're inside the black hole, only minutes, seconds, or hours might be passing for you inside. But the person from the outside looking have been passing over thousands and millions of years, because a black hole actually has a very big gravitational pull that it even bends time. Next, we're going to be looking at Edwin Hubble's. So this is like types of galaxy. Edwin Hubble's classification scheme. Well, I think Edwin Hubble's is after the Hubble's telescope. Okay, So first, E0, then you go to E3, E5, E7, 7-0. Then from the 7-0, it goes to 7A's, it goes to SA, SB, and SC. Or it can also go from S0 to SBA, SBB, and SBC. Okay, so our universe expands a lot. It expands at the speed of light. So if we even want to go across the universe, and if we go at the speed of light, it would be impossible. Because, for example, this is Earth. You're traveling from Earth to go to the other side of the universe. Imagine the universe is here. Okay? So you're traveling from Earth. So the more you go, the more it expands. So you can never ever cross the universe. Next one. Did you know that over 10 trillion Earths can fit inside the sun? Well, not only that. There are many other facts. For example, you know these, what do you say? Voyager 1, Voyager 2. These are satellites. Well, these satellites actually have golden records in them. So you guys might ask, golden records? I don't understand. Well, the golden records actually is a golden record. It's a record which is painted in gold, and it even has scrapings on them. Inside that record, they have human footprints, human laughter, and 90-minute songs from all over the world combined. And it lasts for 5 hours. So the reason they have it there is because those satellites travel really, really far. Even though Voyager 1 is only supposed to travel for, around only to the end of our solar system, but it traveled more further than that it was the first satellite which was able to cross our system. Well, the reason they have that is because of when they go really far, what if they meet aliens? They show this thing to aliens, and aliens become to know there's human life. And we would get to know there's something called an alien life. Many people might not believe it, many people might believe it, but I actually believe it, because why would they even do a golden record? Get it? So next, this is a common mistake by many people. So, many people think, why is there an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter? If someone asks you that, most of the people say, because Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars are all normal planets. And after the asteroid belt, it's Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So, they are all gas giants. So, many people say there's just an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter to separate the gas giants and the normal planets. But that is actually wrong. The reason is, between Mars and Jupiter, there's actually supposed to be one of the planets. But if that was the case, actually, there is supposed to be a planet. But if there was a planet there, Neptune would be the 9th planet. And Pluto would be the 10th planet. I'll explain about Pluto later. So, let's get back to the asteroid belt. So, the reason there's no planet there is because Jupiter's gravitational pull is so strong that it ripped the planet apart, and it made the matter loose. So then what happened is that it made a beautiful asteroid belt. But there is still a very, very, very small planet hiding in that asteroid belt, which is named Ceres. So now, let's go to the Pluto. So they actually considered Pluto as a planet, but then said, nah, it's fine in 2006, because it's very, very small, which is called as, can you guess? Okay, it's called as dwarf planets, since it's really small. And if you wanted me to compare, let me tell you, if you take Pluto, it's the same size as the country Australia. Isn't that amazing? Pluto is that small. It's as small as a country in Earth. And plus, if you want to know how the same sky is in planet Pluto, and you want to walk on it, and you want to experience how the night skies and everything looks, I'll tell you what time you should go. You can go to Google and search for Pluto time. It says Pluto time. Search that and you'll get a link actually saying Pluto time. Click that, and inside you can actually type in where you're living. For example, Australia, Huntington Beach, somewhere. Well, each person it differs, but I'm just saying one of it so that just in case you guys can do it. So, if you want to experience this, do not type in another location, because you will not get to experience it and you will get the wrong time. And only the people in that country where you typed in will get to experience it and not you. So actually type in your actual place where you live, and it will actually track your location and will give you the time on what time you should go out. For me, mostly it is 6:30 to 7 most of the times. So when I go out and look at the skies during that time, it is actually looking the same as Pluto. And that's it for today. So if you liked it, please share this video, give this video a like, and thank you for 12 subscribers. I'm planning to hit 15. And the thing which I loved about this book so much is about the facts and the diagrams, everything in this book. The thing which I disliked is nothing. And I would rate this book a 10 out of 10. And people who are already studying these small planets can already start reading these books. For example, from 7 years old to whatever age can read this book. And this book is by Percy Seymour, and Thanishka is ending this. Okay, bye-bye. Please subscribe.